Hello everyone, welcome to this session on Jupyter Notebook. This is the part 2 of our Jupyter Notebook series. Today we are going to discuss the difference between edit and command mode, what are checkpoints in Jupyter Notebook, how to export the notebook and share with others, and how to open the notebook in other browsers. First, let's discuss the difference between the edit and command mode. Whenever you launch Jupyter Notebook, by default you get this green border, right? This signifies that you are in edit mode. Plus, one more way is that your cursor is blinking, right? You can see the cursor is blinking right now and the color of border is green. So this signifies the edit mode. In edit mode, you can write your Python statements or your markdowns, right? So let's say I want to add two numbers. This is the way I can add two numbers in Python, right? It's still you're in edit mode. But if I click somewhere in this area like this, you can see the color of border is changed to blue now, right? So this green color is my edit mode, and when the color changes, it is known as command mode, right? So what is the use of command mode? Command mode is used to work a little much faster in your Jupyter Notebook environment. Let's say I want to insert a cell block below this, right? So I have to go here and click on this icon. Let's say I want to delete this cell block, right? So I have to click on this icon, it will cut, but this will decrease our speed. So if you want to work more faster, you can use edit mode to your advantage, right? So if you click on this button, you will get a lot of shortcuts for your edit mode. So some common shortcuts are deleting the cells. You have to press D 2 times on your keyboard. In the same way, if you want to insert a cell above your current cell, you can use small a in command mode, or if you want to insert a cell below your current cell, you can use small b or b on your command mode, right? So let's try out these shortcuts. Right now I am in this cell and I want to insert a cell above this. I will click here. The color of border right now is blue, so we are in our command mode. Now we'll press small a. It is inserting a cell above my current cell, right? Let's say whether the double D command, that means pressing D 2 times on your keyboard, will delete these cell blocks or not, right? So I'm pressing D 2 times now, and yes, it's working. It's deleting my cell block, and you can see it's much faster in comparison to going here and pressing this button, right? So this is the difference between edit mode and command mode. Next topic is checkpoints. So what are checkpoints in Jupyter Notebook? Checkpoint is a version control, a very simple version control present in Jupyter Notebook. So by default, in a span of 120 seconds, Jupyter Notebook saves your code, right? But it's not updating the checkpoint. So if you go here and see this button, it says save and checkpoint. If I click on this, it's giving me a message, last checkpoint saved a few seconds ago, right? So if I want to revert back to a particular version, previously I have to go to my file option, revert to checkpoint, and I can revert to this particular version, right? Let's say by example, by mistake, I deleted some cell blocks which I cannot get back now, right? So I will go to file, go to revert checkpoint, and I will revert back my notebook to this particular version. It will ask you for your permission, and the important thing is this cannot be undone, right? So it only saves one version of your notebook. Once you did it, that's it. You cannot get back your current code, right? This will be restored to that previous version. So I will say revert, and yes, there won't be any changes, but imagine the situation if you deleted something by mistake and later you realize that is more better code, right? So these checkpoints are very helpful, and they are kind of version control for Jupyter Notebook. Let's go to our next topic, which is exporting the notebook. Alright, so you have created your notebook, everything is looking good. Now you want to share your work with your colleagues or with your clients, right? How you will share the notebook with them? So we'll go to the file menu option, and there we have download as, right? So you can download in multiple ways. We are going to discuss the top 3 famous downloads or exporting options, which are .ipynb, .py and .html, right? So if I click on this, it will download my Jupyter_intro notebook as a .ipynb file. I can simply email to my colleagues or my clients. If I go and choose my second option, which is download it as a .py file, it will download my notebook as a .py file, right? And the third option that I want to show you is the HTML option. Now why someone will want to download our Jupyter Notebook which contains Python code in a HTML form? right? So let's assume a condition that you want to share this, your findings in the data science, you want to share some graphs with your clients, but your clients won't have Anaconda or Python installed in their laptops, right? If they don't have Python and Jupyter or Anaconda installed on their laptop, they won't be able to open and see these files. In those cases, we are going to download our Jupyter Notebook as an HTML file, because for HTML file, the only thing you need is a browser, right? I will double click on this file and it will get open in my browser, right? But one disadvantage is your clients cannot edit this code, right? It's just like you have taken snapshot and you attach the snapshot and send it to someone in an HTML format. And we are okay with that, because my client is not going to edit my code. They can simply see my insights and the trend or the graphs that I prepared in my notebook, and they will be okay with this, right? So these are 3 famous ways of exporting and sharing your notebook with others. Alright, the last topic for the day is open in other browser. So by default, the Jupyter Notebook always get launched in my default browser, right? Sometimes people doesn't like that. They want to open it in their, let's say some other browser. So what I can do is I can copy the address from there, like we do for general websites. I can go to some other browser. Let's say I want to open in Mozilla Firefox, right? I will open Mozilla Firefox and I will simply paste the Jupyter Notebook address here. But now it's gonna ask me for a password or token, but I don't remember any password or token that I set for my Jupyter Notebook, right? So whenever you launch your Jupyter Notebook, you have to go in your Windows command prompt, and here you will found this token, right? So here we have written localhost 8892 quotient token equals to this. So this is the password or token that Jupyter Notebook is asking you for, right? So you have to copy everything after the equal to sign till here, and then you can go to the browser, paste it here and click on login button, right? I don't want to remember the password, and you can see now I am getting my Jupyter Notebook environment here, right? If I click on this, it will again open the Jupyter Notebook which I was working on with the same cell which I have in my other window, right? That's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any question, please feel free to use the comment section. Happy learning, stay safe.